Thank you so much for watching. Let's get in the conversation right now with brother from another mother. Why not? Let's say it about Joe Hildebrand. You can see him everywhere. Read him in the Telegraph. You can see him often here on Sky News. And, of course, his excellent podcast, which is on the Nova Network. What's it called, Joe?
It is called For the Record, but it's spelled F-O-U-R. Get it? Because Tim Blackwell asked me 4 questions.
I like it.
Yeah. I'm all into that kind of really, high-level witty wordplay.
Meta, well played. Yeah. All right. And James Ashby, of course, the man who's behind many of the great ideas of One Nation, a bloke who is, well, just sitting by the campfire, making the most. Why is there a fire on? Isn't it the start of summer and Queensland's always a little warm?
It is, mate, but I've been ripping down trees. There's only one way to get rid of them is burn them.
Fantastic. All right, so there is a council that's made the decision, and this was not just a call from the mayor, not a captain's call, but the entire council, majority of, decided, you know what, at our council chambers, at our events, there's only one flag in Australia. We don't need to run the 3 flags that often are in front of every official or semi-official or future official building. Now, of course, this will be deeply offensive to some, but what do you think of it, James?
Yeah, I'd take my hat off to this council because at the end of the day, they didn't just listen to what was going on in that small chamber. They had to listen to what the public had to say. And I think full hats off to them. Look, there is only one flag, a national flag in this country. It's the one we rise at the time when we sing the national anthem. And that is the only one that really should be flown in any of our chambers, whether it be local government, state or federal. And it's only been a number of years now, I think 22, since the federal parliament started putting 3 flags on the floor of parliament. I think it's highly divisive, and I think if we're going to have unity in this country, it should be under the one national flag, that is the one and only, the Australian flag. Good
now,
on
Joe, again, if you want to make a decision to have the 3, good luck to you. If the democratic process, again, not a call from one person, but from a body, is that this is what they want to do, I don't have a problem.
No.
But what do you think?
Yeah, I don't really have a problem either. I am certainly not offended by the Aboriginal flag being shown alongside the Australian flag. I actually reckon it's a very good-looking and bold flag. I like it being flown over the Harbour Bridge. Have to say that the Federation Council seems a long way from the Torres Strait. So why they're flying the Torres Strait Islander flag, again, I think this is where often virtue signalling can be its own worst enemy. And so you have a situation, I agree with the council who said, well, if we start removing these flags, that will look kind of offensive and will be a sort of sign of rejection to those communities, when in fact, if you had just had the one flag in the first place, no one would have been bothered. And it's a bit like the people who go and tear down a statue of Captain Cook. Well, of course, no one's going to put up a statue of Captain Cook in 2025.
Yeah.
But you do actually want it there as part of a legacy, as part of a reminder of your history. And so I think it's one of these things where, when people sort of get ahead of the sort of cultural crest of the wave and say, you have to do this, you have to do that, it will cause a backlash, and we'll probably be talking about more of them as well.
Yeah, but also something that I think that Australia needs to embrace a little bit more is that, yes, the one unifying symbol is our national ensign, right? No question around that. But I don't mind if there are little cultural differences between a regional part of Victoria and Darwin. The idea that, again, in Queensland, something might work a certain way, but it doesn't work in Western Australia. And certainly you see this a lot in America, where essentially the states are sort of 50 little countries that agree that there's this overarching one. And if you want to be, Goldilocks here and be a little more woke or not woke enough or, not interested in woke, then there should be little hamlets for you to be able to maintain that view.